Welcome to a section on reflection of light. Now, the word reflection simply put, bouncing back. So, what happens is when light meets a barrier or a surface, it hits it and then come back. So, we call that reflection of light. So, there are two types of reflection of light. There's one which is called the regular deflection. Now this happens when light strikes a smooth surface. So when light strikes a smooth surface, the reflection is actually parallel. So what it means is this is equal to this equal to this. But if the surface is rough like this one, the reflection is in all directions. So the light will come, but its reflection won't be equal. The reflection to the incident ray won't be the same. Now there are a couple of terms that you should understand about reflection. So let's consider this diagram first of all. A right ray will come. Okay. Now if this right ray strikes this surface, this right ray is called the incident ray. Incident ray. Now when it hits a surface, it goes back, and this ray is called reflected ray. So this right ray that strikes a surface is called incident ray. The ray that leaves the surface is called the reflected ray. Now this incident ray hits the surface at an imaginary line, which is called the normal. Now the imaginary line, the normal, it's the line which is at 90 degrees to the surface. It is an imaginary line. It's not an original line. It's something that is imagined. So it's an imaginary line that strikes the surface at 90 degrees. Now, between the incident ray and the normal, there's an angle formed, which is called the angle of incidence. So the angle of incidence is the angle between the normal and the incident ray. Another angle is formed between the reflected ray and the normal, and the angle is called the angle of deflection. So this is what you should know. So under deflection, there are two laws. There are two laws under the law of under the deflection. So laws of deflection. The first law tells us that when incident ray strikes a surface, it forms an angle of incidence, right? This angle of incidence is equal to the angle of deflection. Meaning if this angle was 40 degrees, this angle will also be 40 degrees. So this is what you should know about deflection. Now, one thing that tells us about reflection is a plane mirror. I'm sure if you see on a plane mirror or perhaps a dressing pillar, you see the image of yourself. Why are you able to see the image of yourself? Is because light bounces back. So if you look in the mirror, you will see these characteristics formed. One of them is the image is upright. When you look in the mirror, it will appear upright. Then the image is not real, it is virtual. It is virtual image. Then it is literally inverted. What does that mean? When you raise the right hand, it will appear as though you are raising the left hand in a mirror. Then another characteristic is the distance from the object to the mirror is equal. Just like this is a mirror, this is the object. And then the image will appear like this. So distance from the object to the mirror is equal to the distance from the mirror to the image. So that's the characteristics of reflection there. All right. So now, this is actually the end on reflection of light. Thank you for watching.